and welcome to The Drop, the official podcast of the 130th Airlift. I'm Senior Master Sgt. Eugene Christ from your 130th Public Affairs. It's UTA weekend, so that means another C.D.S. drop. Colonel Preece, it's December UTA. What are your priorities?
Hey, Eugene, thanks for having us here. Excited for this drill. We got a lot going on. I always start with readiness. So wing wide, if you haven't got your flu vaccine, your SAPR training, your suicide prevention training, we need to make sure we get that done because it's due by the end of the year. And then what's most important to me, and I hope to everyone, is our AFSC training. So hopefully we'll have a little time to get better at our craft. But then in addition to that, we got a lot of special things going on this drill. We have new Security Forces Commander, Major Ryan Gardner, so I want to congratulate him. I'm going to have a new Maintenance Group Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Ryan Hara, so also want to congratulate Ryan. Two retirements, Chief Master Sgt. Larry Dottery, the Maintenance Group SEL, and Colonel Andrew Cox, the Maintenance Group Commander, both finishing up long and great careers, so I just want to thank them for their service. Saturday night, we have our Christmas dance, which should be a great time, an opportunity to fellowship with each other and enjoy ourselves outside of the work. And then Sunday, we have our section, our group, or squadron Christmas dinners. So a lot of fun stuff, a lot of unique things going on this drill, and I'm really excited for it.
Colonel Chard?
You know, I'm going to go off topic just a little bit, as I like to do sometimes, right? But I'm going to bring it back, I promise. So Colonel Preece and Chief Williams know yesterday it was a really difficult day for me. Basically, as some of you out there know, my dad has been dealing with some health issues over a long period of time. He's 90. He's got advanced dementia, and it's been a really difficult period for my mom, for me, as you know, we continue to manage his care. Unfortunately, yesterday, my dad's health has declined to the point where we needed to put him into a memory care facility. My parents don't live near me. Unfortunately, I really wish they did. It's been very difficult on my mom to take care of my dad. And I witnessed some things yesterday that really made me think a tremendous amount on my drive back home. Also did a little bit of listening to a podcast, and part of the subject of that podcast talked about belonging and how as human beings we need to have a sense of belonging, either to a family, to an organization, a group of people, a group of friends, etc. So recognizing that this time of year, especially around the holidays, there are a lot of folks that really struggle during this time. They've dealt with a lot of loss, they've dealt with a lot of difficulty, and this time of year is not necessarily joyous for everyone. So I'd like to give a little bit of message to folks here today. Number one, I witnessed something yesterday I'll share really quick. My dad has a roommate in his memory care facility. The gentleman also has advanced dementia. He's actually a little bit worse off in some ways than my dad. His vocalizations are very challenging for him. He does a lot of grunting, gives a lot of thumbs ups. His wife happened to be his roommate, the other occupant in the room, until just recently. The poor man literally watched the the facility staff clean out his wife's clothes and then move my dad in. Gentlemen, I almost broke down and cried right there watching this man experiencing what could be one of the worst days of his life. His wife, she's in the hospital, late stages of hospice care, not projected to live much longer. And I just could not help but feel total compassion for this man who's laying next to my dad, and felt incredibly bad that my dad was even there. And all I could go do, I just was really speechless in that moment, was go ask him if I could pray for him and his wife. That's all I could do. And he gave me a thumbs up, said a little prayer, and I just thought about him the whole way home. Thought about my dad. So I wanted to mention that to say that, folks, if any of you are out there, if you're listening, if you're struggling, if you're hurting, if you're dealing with things that you're not sure how you're going to get through, I know we've had some difficulty here hiring a new DPH, right? But we have resources available to you. If you want somebody to just talk to, I'm here. I'd love to talk to you. Call the front office, extension 6131. I'd give out my personal cell phone number here, but this is the internet. So I'm going to refrain from doing that, but I personally would love to talk to you if you want to have someone to listen to you. I'm not a professional mental health person. I can't offer any specific advice or diagnose anything. I'm not qualified in that way, but I can listen. And I really have a lot of care for members of this organization because I know some of you out there may be struggling, especially this time of year. If you need help, you don't have to suffer in silence and you don't have to suffer alone because we want to listen. That's all I wanted to say.
Amen. Chief.
Good morning. And to Colonel Chard's point, I too want to listen and I want to talk. And we encourage you folks to complete things like DEOC surveys, which we just got one back, and there's a lot of analysis going into that right now. But I will say that I've read it, and what I've heard from some of you is that you don't see enough of me and you don't hear enough of me, and some of you may not even know me. So if it's going to be what we say a good leader ought to be, then we ought to take constructive criticism. And so to that end, expect to see me coming around. I want to hang out with you folks, and I just want to be better. And so I'll be talking to commanders, and in the coming months, Colonel Preece is trying to make time to get out and about and see all of you. And to that end, I received that. I heard you loud and clear, and I'll be coming your way. Lastly, I just want to
look out.
Look out. Here he comes. So if you think you complete DEOC surveys and nobody pays attention, well, this leadership team does. I give you my word to that. Lastly, I seem like I say this all the time, but I just want to remind everyone again about OAY packages. The Airmen of the Quarter packages are due Saturday of January drill. Your quarterly winners that you've already had for 2023 should be working on their OAY packages for their annual package for that to that end. And then lastly, the step promotions. If you got someone, you see them as senior leaders in E8 or E9, and you'd like for them to compete, and I'd look forward to seeing the package there. And that's all I have, gentlemen.
Gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And that's going to do it for this episode of The Drop. For more information about the 130th Airlift Wing, visit us on the web at www.130aw.ang.af.mil. Additionally, you can find us on all major social media platforms. Lastly, you can see us in the skies, delivering freedom with courage. This is Senior Master Sergeant Eugene Christ reminding you to stay ready to go.